most of us suffer twice, once in imagination and once in reality. Especially for parents and caregivers, this has to stop. Today I caught myself stressing over the trash collecting truck. It was on the lower half of our street, just as my two younger kids and I hopped into the car to go to daycare. And of course I immediately wanted to take the next turn and circle around it to avoid any extra time, because I thought, if we do this now, then what else will come up and we'll be late, and so on and so forth. And then my son stopped me, my 5-year-old son, and he said, "Mommy, what are you doing? I want to see the trash collecting truck." I said, okay. So we line up behind the trash collecting truck. Took us 10 full minutes to get to the end of the street before the trash collecting truck went another way. And as we stand there behind the car, both my kids intently looking at every single move that the truck makes, and the driver and the person fetching all of the trash cans, I suddenly began to think, and I thought about the statement of that we often suffer more in imagination than in reality, because my inner programming to avoid the trash collecting truck, to avoid spending any extra time on the road, where did that came from? From a conditioning that centers on hustling and not on letting our kids be kids and give them the time that they need to process things and to enjoy things. For me, one simple glance at a funny thing might suffice, but they need their minutes to process everything. And if I had taken that turn, there's a fair chance I might have ended up in a big argument with my son about why we couldn't spend those few minutes watching the trash collecting truck. So I avoided pain, both in reality and in imagination, just by stopping in my tracks. And I hope next time I will stop myself in my tracks, not my kid. That's not their job. What we tend to forget is exhaustion is hard enough to handle, especially as a parent and or a caregiver. There is really no need to add any extra layers that are not absolutely necessary. Of course, I will stop my kids from putting their fingers into the socket just to see what it feels like, or if they really get electrocuted. But I won't stop them from watching the trash collecting truck if that gives them a little bit of happiness early in the morning. I'm exploring stoicism as a mom and caregiver. If we want to come on this journey out of chaos into calm with me, subscribe to the channel. Hope you'll have a good day. See you tomorrow.